Hey everybody, MrBookieboo here with another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're taking a look at the Phantom, which is set number 75170. This set just came out a few days ago. I actually got lucky and found it on the shelves at Toys R Us a few days before the official release. But by the time you'll be seeing this video, you'll be able to get it pretty much anywhere. It's online at the Lego shop, in Lego stores. As I mentioned, Toys R Us has it. I don't think it's an exclusive set, so you'll probably be able to get it at Target, Walmart, you name it. Um, this set is from the Star Wars Rebels cartoon series. Now, I have to admit right up front, I haven't been keeping up with Star Wars Rebels. I watched the first season. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. It reminded me of the Clone Wars, but it was just, kind of advancing things a little bit further along. But I haven't had a chance to see the second season. So I don't know why they had to switch up the Phantom. I don't know what's going on with Kanan. I'm not up on all this stuff. But I had to have this set because it contains one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters, Grand Admiral Thrawn, who you can see right there in the middle. Feeling a bit blue, it looks like. No, I'm kidding. So, for comparison's sake, I actually have the original Phantom. So as you can see, the design is really different. This actually reminds me of the Separatist shuttle that came out a few years back. It's kind of similar to that with the little landing gear legs and the way the front is kind of curved. It's wider for sure than the original, and there's no wings on it, so it is much more like a standard. I don't know, kind of almost like an Imperial shuttle, kind of without the wings. It also doesn't seem to have, well, it has laser cannons on the sides here as opposed to the front on the original Phantom. So, but I'm going to get this one out of the way here so we can focus on the new one. So, as I mentioned, it's got the cockpit's really easy to get into. It only holds one minifigure inside there. It actually has this really cool new printed control panel, which is actually, I've noticed, is creeping up in a few other of the Lego Star Wars sets. So it's pretty, I don't know, I always like the printed pieces versus the stickers. There's also a spot right here for Chopper. And he just pops in right here. Let's see if I can get this canopy on. There we go. So Chopper can sit inside there. And then there's a couple of these stud shooters. I'm getting more fond of these as they go on, especially in this instance where they're pretty well hidden. You can't see the long, the long red bolts at all. You just see these the little tips here, and I'll actually show you how you can fire it in a minute here. The landing gear is a little squirrely. It moves around a lot. You can kind of reposition it up and down, so that like when it's actually in flight, you can mess around with it a little bit. It does move around a lot. And then in the back, you have the cargo hatch, similar to the original. And inside here, they have a crate with some thermal detonators. Oh, and I just fired one of the flick fire missiles. So inside, you can see there's some thermal detonators inside the crate, which then sits nice and comfortably inside the cargo compartment. There's not a whole lot of room for anything else. But you'll notice this little lever right here. This is how you fire the flick fire missiles. So this is a little rocker panel. You just rock it back and forth, and if I rock it to that side, you can see on the front here that I actually fired both of the missiles, one of them accidentally. Now, the interesting thing I noticed, because I was really curious, and again, I don't know, you guys can tell me in the cartoon if it actually docks with the Ghost or not, like the original did. So I have the original right here with the Ghost. I'm going to bring it on over. And you can see how it fits in there nice and snug. And it's, it works pretty well. Now, I did try it. And let's see if I can get this in here without, I'm going to set it down real quick. Bear with me 1 minute. I did test fit it earlier, and it did fit. So it does. Okay, so here you go. So you can see it does kind of fit. I mean, it doesn't look like it really belongs there, but you can park it in there in the bay. you know, I mean, the color scheme's kind of different and stuff. Again, I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. I just was curious, and it just seemed like it would kind of work. Now, the minifigures, there you can see that squirrely landing gear. The minifigures, you have Kanan, the Jedi. He's pretty cool. He's got his cool little helmet here, and his ponytail and his lightsaber. Let's see if I can, there we go. So, pretty cool. Printing on the legs. No printing on the back, but he has printing on the back of his torso there. And of course, my favorite, the Grand Admiral himself. Thrawn's pretty cool. Now his uniform's a little. It's very similar to Admiral Yularian. If you managed to pick up that one, it's a little bit different. He has his Grand Admiral rank. Admiral Yularian is only an admiral, and of course he's got his blue skin and his blue hair, and then he's got printing on the back as well. And he has just a blaster pistol. Again, this set was a must-have for me because of this guy alone, and so I was absolutely thrilled with this. I would have paid, I don't know what I would have paid just to get Grand Admiral Thrawn. I'm glad he came in like a relatively inexpensive set. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic. The build was fun. It was pretty easy and straightforward. Nothing too crazy. There's a little bit of Technic inside to kind of hold it together. It's basically like in like two different parts. You can actually take the cockpit off pretty easily. Like that. It just pops right off, and there's some Technic pins that hold it together. I suppose it'd be maybe a little easier for you to get access to the cockpit, but as I showed you earlier, it's pretty easy just to pop open the canopy to put your figure in there. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this real quick review, and I recommend this set. It's a fun little set. It's got some good playability, and we'll be back real soon with another video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video. We'll be back soon. Thanks.